Hello friends, now in standard 8th general science, the chapter number 11 is human body and organ system, in which now we are going to study about the circulatory system म्हणजे रक्ताभिसरण संस्था. Now this circulatory system consists of heart, arteries and veins and capillaries. मित्रांनो, या ठिकाणी आपण लक्षात घ्या की this circulatory system is responsible for the conduction or transportation of nutrients or transportation of oxygen from either from the digestive system to the cells or from lungs to the organs or the tissues. या ठिकाणी मित्रांनो लक्षात घ्या की ही जी रक्ताभिसरण संस्था आहे, ही रक्ताभिसरण संस्था अन्नातून ग्रहण केलेली जी पोषण तत्वे आहेत, ही पोषण तत्व प्रत्येक पेशीपर्यंत पोहोचवण्याचं कार्य करत असतात. त्याचबरोबर फुफ्फुसामधून शोषून घेतलेले जे ऑक्सिजन आहे, तो ऑक्सिजन प्रत्येक पेशीपर्यंत पोहोचवण्याचं कार्य या रक्ताभिसरण संस्थेमार्फत होत असतं. आणि ही रक्ताभिसरण संस्था हृदय, रक्तवाहिन्या आणि केशिका म्हणजे रक्तवाहिन्यांचाच एक प्रकार केशिका यांच्या साहाय्याने बनलेलं असतं. आता या ठिकाणी प्रथम आपण हृदयाच्या संरचनेचा अभ्यास करू. या ठिकाणी मानवी हृदयाचा उभा छेद घेतलेला आहे आणि या उभ्या छेदामध्ये आपल्याला लक्षात येईल की या ठिकाणी एक पोकळी दिसते, इथं एक पोकळी दिसते, इकडे एक पोकळी दिसते आणि इथं एक पोकळी दिसते. नाव धिस अप्पर टू cavities are called as the atrium where the blood arrives. ज्या ठिकाणी रक्त बाहेरून आत येतं ती जागा atrium. And the other two cavities which are in downward direction, these are called as the ventricles. खालील बाजूला असणारे कप्पे ventricles असं म्हटलेलं आहे. Okay. Now these two atria and these two ventricles form a four-chambered heart. And in this four-chambered heart, the openings are like this. We will go one by one. A vein which is coming from upper side towards the heart is called as the superior vena cava, which collects blood from the upper parts of the body, that is from brain, mouth region, etc. And the another vein which is coming from the downward direction, that means from legs, abdominal cavity, etc. This is called as the inferior vena cava. Superior means coming from upside and inferior, that means it is coming from downward side. These two combiningly open into this first atrium. This is called as the right atrium. Then from this right atrium there is an opening towards the right ventricle. This opening is guarded by a valve. This valve has three cusps, therefore it is called as tricuspid valve. And then this blood is directed into the pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery gives two branches, one to the left side and another to the right side. This pulmonary artery supplies blood to the lungs, and in the lungs each alveolus is surrounded by the very thin capillaries, and where the oxygenation of this blood takes place, and later on this blood which is oxygenated gets entered into this left atrium with the help of these pulmonary veins. This is also a pulmonary vein, and this pulmonary vein opens into this left atrium. Now the blood which is oxygenated is pushed in downward direction into this left ventricle, and this opening is guarded by a bicuspid valve. It has two cusps. Okay, and now when the ventricles get contracted, these cusps get closed and the blood is directed into the aorta म्हणजे महाधमनी इकडं ते रक्त ढकललं जातं आणि इकडून संपूर्ण शरीरभर ते रक्त पुरवलं जातं. Now this systemic aorta gets branched and rebranched to form the arteries, and these arteries are again branched and rebranched to form the smaller arterioles, and they supply the blood to the all body parts. Now here everywhere there are the valves. These valves avoid the flow of blood in reverse direction. It will go in the forward direction only. As this blood enters into the heart, again leaves the heart and blood goes towards the lungs. Again they get oxygenated and blood is recirculated into this atrium. Again it is given out of the body or given out of the heart, and it is circulated throughout the body, and thus here the blood leaves the heart 2 times. Therefore this type of circulation is called as double circulation. Now here we are going to study the blood vessels. Now the arteries carry blood from the heart towards the body parts, and in the body parts the artery gets branched and rebranched to form the arterioles. These arterioles again get branched and rebranched to form the capillary. This capillary is very thin structure and which supplies the nutrients and oxygen to the all body tissues or to the cells. And again from these cells or from these tissues, the capillaries again get reunited to form the venules. Venules get united to form the veins, and these veins now carry blood towards the heart. Here some differences are there. The wall of the artery is thicker one as compared with the wall of this veins. Also the arteries doesn't have the valves, but in the veins, as the pressure of the blood is less, so that to avoid the reverse flow of blood they have the valves. Now they carry blood from heart to the body part, and veins carry blood from body parts to heart. Now we are going to study some functions of this blood. Here we can see this chart in which here plasma is described. Plasma is a pale yellow, clear and slightly alkaline fluid. It contains 90 to 92% water, 6 to 8% of proteins and 1 to 2% inorganic salts. म्हणजे असेंद्रिय क्षारांचं या ठिकाणी अस्तित्व थोड्या प्रमाणामध्ये आढळतं. And the other components are albumin protein. It distributes the water all over the body, and globulins are responsible for the production. They give immunity to the body. Then fibrinogen and prothrombin, which help in the blood clotting process. These are responsible for the blood clotting process, and these are present in the plasma. And the inorganic ions like calcium, sodium, potassium are present in this plasma, and they control the function of muscles and nerves. Now there are 3 types of blood cells are present. in which red blood corpuscles, that is RBCs, then white blood cells, that is WBCs, and then third type is of platelets. Red blood corpuscles are also called as erythrocytes, as they are red in color. ओके, मराठीमध्ये याला तांबड्या रक्तपेशी असं सुद्धा म्हणतात. These are very small circular enucleated cells, that means no nucleus is present in it. These cells appear red due to hemoglobin, and oxygen dissolves in the blood due to the hemoglobin. About 50 to 60 lakh RBCs are present in each cubic millimeter of the blood. एक क्युबिक मिलीमीटर इतका साईज जर रक्ताचा घेतला तर त्याच्यामध्ये 50 ते 60 लाख RBCs असतील, इतकी त्यांची संख्या आहे. RBCs आर प्रोड्युस्ड इन रेड बोन मॅरो, अस्थि मगज असं ज्याला म्हणतात, त्यामध्ये यांची निर्मिती होत असते. अँड लिव्ह फ्रॉम अबाउट 100 to 127 days, इतकं त्यांचं आयुष्य आहे. व्हाईट ब्लड कॉर्पसल्स आर लार्ज, nucleated and colorless cells. In a cubic millimeter of blood, they have 5,000 to 10,000 WBCs. 5 types of WBCs are present in the blood: basophils, eosinophils, neutrophils, monocytes, lymphocytes. And these lymphocytes are responsible for the immunity of the body. WBCs are produced in, again, red bone marrow. WBCs are called as the soldiers in our body. They engulf the foreign body or the bacteria directly and digest them and protect our body. And functions of these cells are, they attack the pathogens entering into the body and they protect us from the microbial diseases. And the next part is of platelets, ज्याला मराठीमध्ये आपण रक्तपट्टिका म्हणतो. These are extremely small and disc shaped. About 2.5 to 4 lakh platelets are present per cubic millimeter of blood, and these are responsible for the blood clotting process.